Hi guys, we are going into reviewing of standard form of an equation. So this is standard form of linear equation. So when graphing lines, this is one of the forms. So we have slope-intercept form, which is the y equals mx plus b. I'll go ahead and write these down. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Then we have point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, where you put a number in for this y1, x1, and m. We put a number in here for m and b. And so then the third one is standard form. Standard form looks like ax plus by equals c, where a will never be negative or a decimal or a fraction. So a has to be positive and it has to be a whole number. So a, b, and c are all numbers. X and y don't get numbers. Those are points on the coordinate grid. So what we're going to talk about and learn and go over today is how to move from standard form to slope-intercept form, which is that y equals mx plus b. So really, if you know how to solve equations, that's all we're doing. We're just solving for y. So if I think about the first one, I'm going to do a brick wall on my equal sign, and I want to get y by itself. To get y by itself, it looks like x is with the y, so I'm going to move the x. To move a positive x over, I have to subtract it from both sides. So then I get y equals 3 minus x. But if we think, we want it into slope-intercept form. So we want my x variable to come first. So I'm just going to flip that stuff around. So I'm going to put the negative x first, the 3 second, but you need a sign with this 3, and it is a positive. And so now it is in slope-intercept form. So it has a y-intercept of 3 and a slope of negative 1. Okay, let's try number 2. Put my brick wall. Again, I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I get 3y. I'm going to go ahead and put the x first to start with, so negative x minus 3. Now I'm going to divide by 3. What I do once, I have to do the other side, and I have to do it to everything over there. I have to divide by 3 here, and I have to divide by 3 here. This cancels on this side, so I get y equals, that's a 1, right? A negative 1, so negative 1 over 3. We don't want decimals for slope. We want either whole numbers or fractions. So negative 1 over 3 is not a whole number, so it stays as a fraction, so negative 1/3 x. Negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. Next one, brick wallet. Y by itself, so I start moving stuff that's over there. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So I get 3y equals 2x plus 6. Now I'm going to get y by itself by dividing by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Y equals, again, we want a whole number or fraction. 2/3 is not going to be a whole number, so it is a fraction. So we're going to leave it as 2/3 x plus 6 divided by 3 gives me that 2. All right. I would like for you to pause me right now, and I want for you to complete question 4, 5, and 6 on your own. Unpause me when you're done, and then I'll go over them real quick. Okay? So I'm hoping that you paused and that you tried those. I'm going to start doing these. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. So I get negative 4y equals negative 5x minus 20. And then I'm going to divide by negative 4 everywhere. So I get y equals, negative over negative gives me a positive. 5 divided by 4 would give me a decimal number, so I'm going to leave it as a fraction. Positive 5/4 x because a negative over a negative. Negative 20 divided by negative 4 is a positive 5. Here, I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides to start with. So 3y equals negative 7x plus 21. I'm going to divide by 3 everywhere. I get y equals, 3 does not go into negative 7 a whole number times, so it stays as a fraction. Negative 7/3 x, and then plus 21 divided by 3 is 7. And then number 6, we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. I get negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 4. And then I'm going to divide by negative 3 everywhere. Cancels here. I get y equals Negative over a negative equals a positive. So that's going to become a positive. 2 over 3 stays as a fraction because it doesn't turn into a whole number. And then this guy would become a negative because a positive over a negative is a negative. 4/3 is 1.3 repeating, or you can leave it as 4/3. So B, if it's not a whole number, it can be a fraction or a decimal, but you have to be able to graph it, so whatever's easier for you to graph. All right, so now what we're doing is we are given the standard form. Remember, this is called standard form. We're going to move it to slope-intercept form, and then we're going to graph it. So first thing here I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I get negative y equals negative 2x plus 4. Now, we want y to be by itself, and when I say we want y to be by itself, it also has to be a positive. So if you think about that, that's really a negative 1y. So to get rid of the negative 1y that's multiplying to y, I have to divide by negative 1 everywhere. When I do that, I now get a positive y. Negative over a negative is a positive. 2 divided by 1 is just 2x. 4 divided by negative 1 is a negative 4. And now I can graph this. My y-intercept is down here at negative 4. And my slope is a positive 2 over 1. So up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And then remember, we always want a straight edge. And there we go on that one. Next one, same process. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. And I get, let's shoot over a little bit, sorry. Okay, I get 3y equals negative x plus 9. And then I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. That cancels there, and I get y equals negative 1/3, because remember there's a negative 1 there. X, 9 divided by 3 is a positive 3. So my y-intercept is up here at positive 3. My slope is down 1 over 1, 2, 3. Down 1 over 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to connect. Then remember, I'm going to go throughout the entire grid. And there we go. All right, next page. Number 9. Number 9. All right, get that into the correct form, so I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And I get 2y equals negative 4x plus 16. I'm going to divide by 2 everywhere. Y equals negative 2x plus 8. So my y-intercept is all the way up here at 8, but my slope tells me you go down 2 and over 1, down 2 over 1. Remember, if your slope is a whole number, you still need a rise and you need a run. So that rise would be whatever the top number is, or the whole number in this case, the negative 2, but your run would be 1, because a whole number is always over 1. Here I'm going to get x by itself, so this one's a little bit different. There's no y here. So when I do that, I get x equals 3. So this is an x equals line, so I'm going to go to where x does equal 3. X equals 3 right here. Where else does x equal 3? Well, x equals 3 at this point down here. It also equals 3 at this point all the way up here. Or right here. Or right here. Or down here. Or here. So then we should start seeing that an x equals line, if we don't remember, is a vertical line. Remember, the slope of a vertical line is undefined. So this one has an undefined slope. All right, what I want for you to do is I want for you to pause me. I want you to do 11, 12, and see if you can do the challenge problem down below. I'm going to pause myself also. I'm going to complete those problems, and then I will unpause me. It'll go straight into the video. But the answers will be here. I'm not going to walk through those necessarily, but they will be there for you to check yourself.